Psalm 1, the Tree of Life. What delight comes to the one who follows God's ways. He won't walk in step with the wicked, nor share the sinner's way, nor be found sitting in the scorner's seat. His pleasure and passion is remaining true to the word of I am, meditating day and night in the true revelation of light. He will be standing firm like a flourishing tree planted by God's design, deeply rooted by the brooks of bliss, bearing fruit in every season of his life. He is never dry, never fainting, ever blessed, ever prosperous. But how different are the wicked. All they are is dust in the wind, driven away to destruction. The wicked will not endure the day of judgment, for God will not defend them. Nothing they do will succeed or endure for long, for they have no part with those who walk in truth. But how different it is for the righteous. The Lord embraces their paths as they move forward, while the way of the wicked leads only to doom. Psalm 2, the Coronation of the King. Act 1, the nations speak. How dare the nations plan a rebellion? Their foolish plots are futile. Look at how the power brokers of the world rise up to hold their summit, as the rulers scheme and confer together against Yahweh and his anointed king, saying, "Let us come together and break away from the Creator. Once and for all, let's cast off these controlling chains of God and his Christ." Act 2, God speaks. God enthroned merely laughs at them. The Sovereign One mocks their madness. Then, with the fierceness of his fury anger, he settles the issue and terrifies them to death with these words. "I myself have poured out my King on Zion, my holy mountain." Act 3, the Son speaks. "I will reveal the eternal purpose of God, for he has decreed over me, you are my favored son, and I am your father. I have crowned you as my king eternal. Today I have become your father. Ask me to give you the nations, and I will do it. And they shall become your legacy. Your domain will stretch to the ends of the earth, and you will shepherd them with unlimited authority, crushing the rebellion as an iron rod smashes jars of clay." Act 4, the Holy Spirit speaks. "Listen to me, all you rebel kings, and all you upstart judges of the earth. Learn your lesson while there's still time. Serve and worship the awe-inspiring God. Recognize his greatness and bow before him, trembling with reverence in his presence. Fall face down before him and kiss the Son before his anger is roused against you. Remember that his wrath can be quickly kindled, but many blessings are waiting for all who turn aside and hide themselves in him." Psalm 3, covered by the glory. King David's song when he was forced to flee from Absalom, his own son. The humbling of a king. "Lord, I have so many enemies. So many are against me. Listen to how they whisper their slander against me, saying, 'Look, he's hopeless. Even God can't save him from this.'" Pause in his presence. The help of God. "But in the depths of my heart, I truly know that you, Yahweh, have become my shield. You take me and surround me with yourself. Your glory covers me continually. You lift high my head when I bow low in shame. I have cried out to you, Yahweh, from your holy presence. You send me a father's help." Pause in his presence. The song of safety. "So now I'll lie down and sleep like a baby. Then I'll awake in safety, for you surround me with your glory. Even though dark powers prowl around me, I won't be afraid. In the secret of strength, I simply cry out to you, rise up and help me, Lord. Come and save me. and you will slap them in the face, breaking the power of their words to harm me. My true hero comes to my rescue, for the Lord alone is my savior. What a feast of favor and bliss he gives to his people. Pause in his presence. Psalm 4, an evening prayer for help, for the pure and shining one, for the end, a melody by King David. God, you are my righteousness, my champion defender. Answer me when I cry for help. Whenever I was in distress, you enlarged me. I'm being squeezed again. I need your kindness right away. Grant me your grace. Hear my prayer and set me free. Listen to me, you elite among men. How long will you defame my honor and drag it down into shame? Will you ever stop insulting me? How long will you set your heart on shadows, chasing your lies and delusions? Pause in his presence. May we never forget that the Lord works wonders for every one of his devoted lovers, and this is how I know that he will answer my every prayer. Tremble in awe before the Lord and do not sin against him. Be still upon your bed and search your heart before him. Pause in his presence. Bring to Yahweh the sacrifice of righteousness and put your trust in him. Lord, prove them wrong when they say God can't help you. Let the light of your radiant face break through and shine upon us. Let the intense pleasure you give me surpass the gladness of harvest time, even more than when the harvesters gaze upon their ripened grain, and when their new wine overflows. Now, because of you, Lord, I will lie down in peace, and sleep comes at once. For no matter what happens, I will live unafraid. Psalm 5, Song of the Clouded Dawn. For the pure and shining one, for her who receives the inheritance by King David. Morning watch. Listen, Yahweh, to my passionate prayer. Can't you hear my groaning? Can't you hear how I'm crying out to you? My King and my God, consider my every word, for I'm calling out to you. At each and every sunrise, you will hear my voice as I prepare my sacrifice of prayer to you. Every morning, I lay out the pieces of my life on the altar and wait for your fire to fall upon my heart, making it right. I know that you, God, are never pleased with lawlessness, and evil ones will never be invited as guests in your house. Boasters collapse, unable to survive your scrutiny. For your hatred of evildoers is clear. You will make an end of all those who lie. How you hate their hypocrisy and despise all who love violence. Multitude of mercy. But I know that you will welcome me into your house, for I am covered by your covenant of mercy and love. So I come to your sanctuary with deepest awe, to bow and worship and adore you. Yahweh, lead me in the pathways of your pleasure, just like you promised me you would, or else my enemies will conquer me. Smooth out your road in front of me, straight and level, so that I will know where to walk. Multitude of sins. Their words are unreliable. Destruction is in their hearts, drawing people into their darkness with their speeches. They are smooth-tongued deceivers, flattering with their words. Declare them guilty, O God. Let their own schemes be their downfall. Let the guilt of their sins collapse on top of them, for they rebel against you. Multitude of blessings. But let them all be glad. Those who turn aside to hide themselves in you, may they keep shouting for joy forever. Overshadow them in your presence as they sing and rejoice. then every lover of your name will burst forth with endless joy. Lord, how wonderfully you bless the righteous. Your favor wraps around each one and covers them under your canopy of kindness and joy. Psalm 6. A cry for healing, for the pure and shining one. A song for the end, sung for the new day by King David. No, Lord, don't condemn me. Don't punish me in your fiery anger. Please deal gently with me, Yahweh. Show me mercy, for I'm sick and frail. I'm fading away with weakness. Heal me, for I'm falling apart. How long until you take away this pain in my body and in my soul? Lord, I'm trembling in fear. Yahweh, return to me and deliver my life, for I know your faithful love is towards me. To have me as your very own. How can I be any good to you dead? For graveyards sing no songs. In the darkness of death, who remembers you? How could I bring you praise if I'm buried in a tomb? I'm exhausted and worn out with my weeping. I endure weary, sleepless nights filled with moaning, soaking my pillow with my tears. My eyes of faith won't focus anymore, for sorrow fills my heart. There are so many enemies who come against me. Go away! Leave me, all you troublemakers! For the Lord has turned to listen to my thunderous cry. Yes, Yahweh, my healer, has heard all my pleading and has taken hold of my prayers and answered them all. Now it's my enemies who have been shamed, terror-stricken, until they turn back again, knowing the bitterness of sudden disgrace. Psalm 7. Song for the slandered soul. A passionate song to the Lord, to the tune of Breaking the Curse of Cush, the Benjamite, by King David. Yahweh my God, I turn aside to hide my soul in you. Save me from all those who pursue and persecute me. There is none to deliver me but you. Don't let my foes fall upon me like fierce lions with teeth bared. Can't you see how they want to rip me to shreds? Dragging me away to tear my soul to pieces? Lord, my God, if I were doing evil things, that would be different. For then I would be guilty, deserving all of this. If I have wronged someone, at peace with me. If I have betrayed a friend, repaying evil for good. Or if I have unjustly harmed my enemy, then it would be right for you to let my enemy pursue and overtake me. In fact, let them grind me into the ground. Let them take my life from me and drag my dignity in the dust. Pause in his presence. Now, Lord, let your anger arise against the anger of my enemies. Awaken your fury and stand up for me. Decree that justice be done against my foes. Gather all the people around you. Return to your place on high and preside over them. And once more occupy the throne of judgment. You are the exalted one who judges the people. So vindicate me publicly and restore my honor and integrity. Before all the people declare me innocent, once and for all, end the evil tactics of the wicked. Reward and prosper the cause of the righteous. For you are the righteous God, the soul searcher, who looks deep into every heart to examine the thoughts and motives. God, your wraparound presence is my protection and my defense. You bring victory to all who reach out for you. Righteousness is revealed every time you judge because of the strength of your forgiveness. Your anger does not break out every day. even though you are a righteous judge. Yet, if the wicked do not repent, you will not relent with your wrath, slaying them with your shining sword? You are the conqueror with an arsenal of lethal weapons, and you have prepared for them. You have bent and strung your bow, making your judgment arrows shafts of burning fire. Look at how the wicked conceive their evil schemes. They go into labor with their lies and give birth to trouble. They dig a pit for others to fall into, not knowing that they will be the very ones who will fall into their own pit of failure. For you, God, will see to it that every pit digger who works to trap and harm others will be trapped and harmed by his own treachery. But I will give all my thanks to you, Lord, for you make everything right in the end. I will sing my highest praise to the God of the highest place. Psalm 8, God's Splendor. For the pure and shining one, set to the melody of For the Feast of Harvest by King David. Lord, your name is so great and powerful. People everywhere see your splendor. Your glorious majesty streams from the heavens, filling the earth with the fame of your name. You have built a stronghold by the songs of babies. Strength rises up with the chorus of singing children. This kind of praise has the power to shut Satan's mouth. Childlike worship will silence the madness of those who oppose you. Look at the splendor of your skies, your creative genius glowing in the heavens. When I gaze at your moon and your stars, mounted like jewels in their settings, I know you are the fascinating artist who fashioned it all. But when I look up and see such wonder and workmanship above, I have to ask you this question. Compared to all this cosmic glory, why would you bother with puny mortal man, or be infatuated with Adam's sons? Yet what honor you have given to men, created only a little lower than Elohim, crowned like kings and queens with glory and magnificence. You have delegated to them mastery over all you have made, making everything subservient to their authority, placing earth itself under the feet of your image bearers. All the created order and every living thing of the earth, sky, and sea, the wildest beasts and all the sea creatures, everything is in submission to Adam's sons. Lord, your name is so great and powerful. People everywhere see your majesty. What glory streams from the heavens, filling the earth with the fame of your name. Psalm 9. Triumphant thanks for the pure and shining one, to the tune of The Secrets of the Sun by King David. Lord, I will worship you with extended hands as my whole heart explodes with praise. I will tell everyone everywhere about your wonderful works and how your marvelous miracles exceeded expectations. I will leap for joy and shout in triumph as I sing your song and make music for the Most High God. For when you appear, I worship, while all my enemies run in retreat. They stumble and perish before your presence. For you have stood up for my cause and vindicated me when I needed you the most. For your righteous throne, you have given me justice. With a blast of your rebuke, nations are destroyed. You obliterated their names forever and ever. The Lord thundered, and our enemies have been cut off. vanquished in everlasting ruins. All their cities have been destroyed. Even the memory of them has been erased. But the Lord of eternity, our mighty God, lives and reigns forever. He sits enthroned as king, ready to render his verdicts and judge all with righteousness. He will issue his decree of judgment, deciding what is right for the entire world, dispensing justice to all. All who are oppressed may come to you as a shelter in the time of trouble, a perfect hiding place. May everyone who knows your mercy keep putting their trust in you, for they can count on you for help no matter what. O Lord, you will never, no, never neglect those who come to you. Listen, everyone, sing out your praises to God who lives and rules within Zion. Tell the world about all the miracles he has done. He tracks down killers and avenges bloodshed, for he will never forget the ones forgotten by others, hearing every one of their cries for justice. So now, O Lord, don't forget me. Have mercy on me. Take note of how I've been humiliated at the hands of those who hate me. Or bring me back again from the brink, from the very gates of death. Save me. Bring me to the spiritual gates of Zion, so I can bring you the shout of praise you deserve. For the godless nations get trapped in the very snares they set for others. The hidden trap they set for the weak has snapped shut upon themselves. Guilty! The Lord is famous for his justice. His justice will punish the wicked. While they are digging a pit for others, they are continually setting the terms for their own judgment. They will fall into their own pit. Consider the truth of this and pause in his presence. Don't forget this. All the wicked will one day fall into the darkness of death's domain and remain there, including the nations that forget God and reject his ways. He will not ignore forever all the needs of the poor. For those in need shall not always be crushed. Their hopes shall be fulfilled, for God sees it all. Lord, won't you now arise to judge and punish the nations who defy you? Aren't you fed up with the rebellion? Make them tremble in fear before your presence. Place a lawgiver over them. Make them know that they are only puny, frail humans who must give account to you. Pause in his presence. Psalm 10, the cry of the oppressed. Lord, you seem so far away when evil is near. Why do you stand so far off as though you don't care? Why have you hidden yourself when I need you the most? The arrogant in their elitist pride persecute the poor and helpless. May you pour out upon them the very evil they've planned against others. How they brag and boast of their cravings, exalting the greedy. They congratulate themselves as they despise you. These arrogant ones, so smug and secure. In their delusion, the wicked boast, saying, God doesn't care about what we do. There's nothing to worry about. Our wealth will last a lifetime. So seemingly successful are they in their schemes, prosperous in their plans, and scoffing at any restraint. They boast that neither God nor men will bring them down. They sneer at all their enemies, saying in their hearts, we'll have success in all we do. We'll never have to face trouble. never realizing that they are speaking this in vain. Their mouths spout out cursing, lies, and threats. Only trouble and turmoil come from all their plans. Like beasts lurking in the shadows of the city, they crouch silently in ambush for the people to pass by. Pouncing on the poor, they catch them in their snare to murder their prey in secret as they plunder their helpless victims. They crush the lowly as they fall beneath their brutal blows, watching their victims collapse in defeat. When they say to themselves, "The lofty one is not watching while we do this. He doesn't even care. We can get away with it." Now is the time to arise, Lord. Crush them once and for all. Don't forget the forgotten and the helpless. How dare the wicked think they'll escape judgment, believing that you would not call them to account for all their ways? Don't let the wicked get away with their contempt of you, Lord. I know you see all they're doing, noting their each and every deed. You know the trouble and turmoil they've caused. Now punish them thoroughly for all they've done. The poor and helpless ones trust you, Lord, for you are famous for being the helper of the fatherless. I know you won't let them down. Break the power of the wicked and all their strong-arm tactics. Search them out and destroy them for their evil things they've done. You, Lord, are King forever and ever. You will see to it that all the nations perish from your land. Lord, you know and understand all the hopes of the humble and will hear their cries and comfort their hearts, helping them all. The orphans and the oppressed will be terrified no longer, for you will bring them justice, and no one will trouble them.